Welcome, Pere Viñolas, to Iberian Property Investment Talks, as CEO of Colonial and member of the Editorial Council of Iberian Property. What is the impact for real estate investment strategies now that all the central banks are putting a lot of money in the economy and liquidity will come again?
Yes, I think that what we've seen so far in recent years, which is interest rates sending a lot of money into the real estate sector, will remain in place and even at a higher level. Maybe what will be different this time is that individual risk premiums for certain assets, for certain regions, will show their face, no? Putting a little bit of, let's say, contrast, no, to this so low level of interest rates. So I would say that the primary impact, the first impact will interest rates for real estate with a very strong asset class. But then a second level, I would say that a more highlighted individual risk premiums for certain assets, asset classes, or even countries. We'll see more of this, and therefore there will be a little bit more of differentiation of impact across different kind of categories.
On these uncertain times, what will be the sectors most affected?
Hotel, leisure, and then retail, no? Whereas offices and most of all logistics, no, remain the stronger. But that would be level one of, let's say, market response. I think that level two, we have not seen it yet, which is a different response to individual characteristics of each assets in each company. So we have just seen the answer for general asset classes so far.
What are the fundamental consequences for real estate from this ancient crisis? We never saw such a crisis happening, and we are now facing all new kind of different realities. What are the consequences for the longer term for a real estate?
Us out there in the future, no, it's quite unprecedented. An obvious some particular raw material like oil that changes his price dramatically. It's not leverage. It's not a lack of demand. It's just a quarter or then maybe longer periods of economy being absent. No? Then by definition, if the origin has been such a specific source for such a specific moment in time, for the longer term, this should reverse, and therefore I'm supportive of the V-shaped kind of recovery, although this may take longer than expected, but that would be the natural consequence. And the second comment would be, I think that the pain will come from the economic side of the equation and not from the financial side of the equation, as opposed to the previous cycle. So we'll have to pay more attention to the financial health, the economic health of our clients and its impact in rents, and not so much in our financial position as a company or as a country even more.
And the way the governments are bailing out the families and companies with huge amounts of leverage and credit, you believe is the right way? It makes sense?
I think it makes sense because in the short term, it's been so painful, so dramatic what we've seen in the economy, such a sudden stop of such a dramatic level, that to add on this pain, another layer of pain coming from people being not able to react on this would be a shame. So the fact that governments or international organizations are coming up with support, I think that is a natural answer. The other comment I would make is that obviously this is not for free. So if governments are coming with support or whatever kind of institution at the international level, the ECB or whoever, at some point this will generate some tension in the medium term because of this additional leverage on in previous crises. We don't have to rule out any way that this comes at a price and it will have an impact in forthcoming years.
It's an urgency on an immediate term, but it will mean in future higher taxes or higher deficits, public debt. So this will come with a price in the future. How do you see this price reflects and consequences for the economy and real estate?
I say that we can summarize all of this support coming to the system, which, as I said, I understand and I agree, in one word, which is additional leverage, no? In the system, financial leverage. Somebody's putting the money now that has to be repaid in the future. When there is leverage, that means for the future higher volatility. So we have to be prepared for more dramatic changes in any kind of KPIs of rents, prices, whatever. This would be the main impact, and a higher risk premium attached, no, to the valuation of any asset because of up to now.
Pere Viñolas, many thanks for being with us. It was a real pleasure. Many thanks.